Hello, today is Saturday, March 29th, and Scott and I are currently in Avignon, France. We're in a hotel right now because tomorrow we're about to go on our second ever Viking River cruise. This one is going to be just through the south of France, so we start, the first port is Avignon, and then I think it's an 8-day trip total, and we end in Lyon. We are also here with his parents who came along, as well as one of his aunts and cousins. So this time there's a group of us, which is going to be different and exciting. Once again, I wanted to film this to document our travels. This time it's going to be very different because I am 7 going on 8 months pregnant. I'm in the home stretch. I'm at 31 weeks right now. By the middle of the trip, I'll be 32 weeks. So I'm still cleared for air travel and boat travel because the pregnancy hasn't been complicated. But these Viking tours are like a lot of walking, and also the schedules, in my opinion, are a little intense. So we're gonna see how I'm able to hang with everyone. Last night, Friday evening, we took a flight from Newark Airport and we landed in the Paris airport. And that was this morning we got in. Then we took a 3-hour-long train ride from Paris down to Avignon, and we booked first class tickets, which was well worth the money because they reclined a little and they were plush and spacious, so we were able to get some more sleep. Especially because I am pregnant. On the plane ride, I didn't get a ton of sleep because the doctor was recommending that I get up and walk basically every hour to prevent any blood clotting. So I didn't really sleep well on the plane. I was trying to move around a lot. But on the train ride, I did get a good nap in. When we got to Avignon, we then got off and took another train, just like one stop to get to Center City. And that's how we got to this hotel room that we're in. And we'll be here for one night. And tomorrow morning we will eat the breakfast that the hotel includes. And then we will go to the port to board our Viking cruise.
You paid extra for the breakfast.
Yeah, it wasn't included, but hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I'm excited about the breakfast. But.
Yeah. I will show some video clips of what our room looks like. It feels super French, and the city we're in is very old. I think most of the buildings are at least 300 years old. It's very cute and very quaint, so we just freshened up and we're gonna go out and see the town and maybe get something for dinner and then try to catch up on sleep so that way we're refreshed before we start the trip tomorrow. This is my bump that I got going on. Karen baby girl with me everywhere I go. It's kind of been interesting. There have been pregnancy perks. We got pulled out of the customs line and got to cut a bunch of people because of that. And yeah, people let me cut the line at the bathroom, which was interesting. And then a lot of people are just saying congratulations, which is really sweet. And then I did pack the pregnancy pillow. I swear by this now. Like, I don't think I would be able to get a good night's sleep without it. So I had it vacuum sealed, and it fit in the luggage once it was in that bag. So if anyone is pregnant and traveling and worried about not being able to bring their pillow, just vacuum seal it. I also did that to some of my clothes to be able to bring more, but yeah, this is much needed. There's no elevator in this building, so we had to bring the luggage up these stairs. And by we, I mean all the men, because they did not allow me to carry a suitcase. How is it? Pretty good? Oh. It's like a cracker.
No, it's just not a.
That's more cracker than cookie.
It's not a sweet base. That's all.
Oh my god, there's a lot of pastry in there.
How is it?
Very creamy.
It started off weird and then it got really good. A little breezy.
It's very windy. It's been windy this entire time.
All day.
I don't know if that's just due to the area we're in or the time of year or it's a fluke, but very windy. This is beautiful. I got the duck liver. Scott got raw scallops, right?
Yeah, scallops,
with truffle oil.
What was the term?
Look at how fun this fork is and this knife. Very artsy, very contemporary.
Very clear, very mindful.
Fun chairs. Alright, this is our second course. I got beef with some sort of pear. And then Scott got the pork. That looks like a shallot on top. This smells heavenly. Got some fish over there. Poached pear with lemon sorbet. Good morning. It is Sunday, March 30th. Today is boarding day on the ship. We woke up, well, first let me say we went to bed really early last night at like 8:30 because we were exhausted. And then Scott and I both slept until maybe 1 a.m. and then we were wide awake. So we were awake for like 2 hours and then we went back to sleep until around 8 this morning. Woke up, did the hotel breakfast, which was really delicious. Everything was like homemade, all the different pastries, and of course like there were eggs and meats and yogurts and stuff like that. So that was delightful. We're packing up our stuff now and we don't really know what we're gonna do. We can maybe head to the ship in like an hour. But we also might want to just check out the town that we're in for a little longer. Because today is Sunday, a lot of things are closed. That's very typical from what we've seen in Europe. So a lot of the shopping and food establishments are not going to be open today. So there might not be a lot to explore, but we'll check it out. Thank God for husbands who bring the luggage down 2 flights of stairs. There's some sort of race going on today. There's a bunch of runners that have their bibs on. There's music, streets are blocked off. Not quite sure the length of the race. Maybe it's a marathon, but that's pretty exciting. We just checked out of our hotel and now we're taking our walk to the ship. I think it's about a 10-minute walk. Here's our home for the next 8 nights. The Viking Bury? I don't know how you say that. It is 1:30 p.m. and they let us into our stateroom and they brought all of our luggage in for us. And we've already done one river cruise with them in the stateroom, and although this is a different ship, it's identical layout as it was before. We actually are in the exact same room number as before. We're the very last room, and right past that wall is where like the crew is sleeping. Because we've already done a Viking river cruise and I filmed that whole thing, I don't really think I'm going to use these videos to go too in depth with the Viking ship itself. I feel like that was all covered in previous videos. I more so just want to document our trip and maybe some of what's different being in a new location. So more of like the excursions and the sights and stuff like that. I'm also very tired and low energy constantly because I'm lugging around a ton of extra weight. So I might be having a great time, but I'm just exhausted constantly. We just had our embarkation lunch. That was delicious. And then we're waiting for this 2:30 walking tour. And we'll take that and see what it's about. We got our headsets, same as last time, so we can listen to the tour guide. And then just dinner and safety briefing tonight.
It looks like there's a 2:30 and a 4 in case you don't get here before.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
The baby enjoyed the free oatmeal cookie that I just ate.
The baby enjoyed.
Oh my god.
It did happen.
Heck yes. I love this worm.
Only have to do that, including getting home 2 more times.
I could go to sleep just looking at this pillow. On the walking tour, this is the city walls that we stayed in last night for our hotel. But we're going back in to learn some stuff. Smells so good in here. Nothing but soaps and lavender.
20 or 130 or
No.
These are all different soaps and they all smell so good.
No, it's not so.
I love this. Oh my god, there's a cat. It's so good. All these goodies are made with donkey's milk. And then they got little soaps that are donkey shaped. It's so cute. This is crisper than my eyes can actually absorb. So defined.
Well, this right here. And then what is that?
Oh. Oh man. This is a lot.
She's complaining about eating it. We walked back into this. No idea what happened here.
Something has happened here. Good morning. Today is Monday and we left Avignon at like 5 a.m. I think last night, and now we're docked in Arles. I think that's how you say it. The S is silent. And I'm not quite sure why, but we're gonna spend the day in Arles and then we're gonna get back on the boat and then we're gonna go back to Avignon. And then tomorrow we have a tour there and spend the day there. So it's weird that we have 2 days there and then like we're traveling south and then north and then back south. I don't know why they did that, but that's the plan. It's Arles.
Arles.
Arles. This is our Viking daily for today. I checked the weather app and it says it's supposed to be in the 60s. So that's kind of nice. I don't know if that's typical for the area. On the inside there's some factual information. And then basics of wine tasting on the back. I think that's the excursion for today. They also had an excursion today to go see pink flamingos and like black boars. But it was a 9-hour long one, so.
What?
Boars?
Bulls.
Oh, bulls.
For the running of the bulls.
Oh, okay. Last night's dinner was incredible. I had the like chicken puff pastry starter and then the slow cooked beef was my main course, and then for dessert it was like a cherry pudding with some sort of ice cream sorbet thing on top. Incredible.
Braised short rib.
Braised short rib. This is our second time on the Viking and I feel like 85% of the reason I come is for the food. Like if they just docked this boat outside my house, I would go and I'd pay to get on it and eat the food that they offer. It's so good. I had breakfast this morning, got my little coffee now, and we have our first walking tour at 9:15, and today we're going to see some sort of ancient Roman Colosseum or amphitheater. That'd be really cool. It's been incredibly windy the entire time that we've been here. I think we're learning that that's just due to the area that we're in. It's a very windy zone. They don't see a lot of rain in general, but because of that, I don't know how my wind mic, my little fluffy thing on the top, is doing, catching sound. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be too much of an issue. The girl is ready for her walk. I brought my walking belt just in case. I haven't been having any back pain lately, which is incredible. Honestly, the worst symptom right now is just having to use the bathroom frequently, which is just annoying because especially when you're out and about in a country that you're not used to, it's hard to find a bathroom. But no pain, no aches, nothing like that, so I'm very happy.
My job as a mule is going well.
Totally different than the paintings we done in the south. The big difference was made at that time.
Grab the decorations, okay? It's not easy because you need to touch the head of the bird and there is no protection on the horns, okay? So to help them to grab the decoration, the men, they have an iron hook in the hand, okay? And so it helps to grab it, but it doesn't hurt the bull because the hook is rounded. If after the 15 minutes the bull still has his decoration, then the bull wins the fight. But if after the 15 minutes he has no decoration anymore, then the man wins the fight. Okay? After the 8 bulls, they will select the best bull of the afternoon. And so the farmer will get a trophy. So he will be happy because his bull will get famous. And if his bull is famous, he can rent it to another show. Because we don't kill the bulls. So the bulls, they have a career.
Yeah, they look beautiful.
Yup. This is the hospital where they brought Van Gogh after he cut his ear off. Apparently Van Gogh lived in this town for about a year, painted like over 300 works, so that's why there's a lot of him around.
It's almond and orange.
Ooh, okay. We
and
got this, and then an assortment of chocolates. We got a bowl and a cicada and that looks like a seashell, and I think that had like hazelnut, right?
And almond.
And that one
praline.
also was hazelnut, and I think that's caramel.
Yeah, dark chocolate and caramel.
I'm excited.
So yeah, this is the regional specialty.
It's very cool. Our tour guide gave us so much information, and I'm remembering it piece by piece, but she said that back in the days when this church was built, a lot of the population couldn't read, so symbolism and monuments and stuff like that was how they conveyed everything. So I'm assuming all of this has meaning. A lot of it I can't understand. Our tour guide gave us so many fun facts about the city, and so we talked about Van Gogh, how he lived here for a while and learned a lot. This is where he cut off his ear and was hospitalized for that, and then also just mental breakdowns because they believe he was schizophrenic and bipolar.
What a combo.
It's a dangerous combo, I guess.
Terrible combo, jeez.
We'd been wondering why there was so many souvenirs of cicadas and what the meaning of that was. And apparently there's just a lot of them in the south of France. And so for the French people, it's become a symbol of summer to hear the sound of the cicada.
And they don't have them in the north of France because it's too cold for them. So when the people from the northern regions come down to the southern part of France, it's that feeling of summer. They love to hear the cicadas.
I talked about how it's incredibly windy, and because of that, they said they have about 150 days of wind a year, and that pushes all of the clouds away. So then in turn, they have like 300 days of sun, which is quite a lot for 1 year. So it's always sunny and warm.
Not a lot of rain.
Yeah, not a lot of rain, but a lot of wind and high wind speeds. We learned that the lion is the symbol of this town, and at one point they had a real life lion that lived in the town. That was pretty cool. So we're going back to the meeting point now to meet up with the group. That'll walk us back to the ship so we can get our lunch, and then after lunch we're thinking we'll come back out and explore the town and maybe do some shopping. Because it's Monday, not everything is open. Sundays and Mondays are just like kind of like the weekend where just things are closed.
Sundays roll into Mondays.
Our tour guide told us also about these little yellow markers on the ground. Those markers represent locations that Van Gogh stayed and like did some of his famous paintings. So this courtyard with the irises is one that she showed us earlier.
It was so that you could walk in the shadow of Van Gogh.
Oh yeah. Hi. Thank you. Oh, okay.
What's the difference? Makes sense.
Do
Yeah, you can
this.
say it when I fast. It's
And this. And this.
very good.
77. No, Dave.
Yeah, but she's just. No, it sounded like dumb blonde. When I read it, it sounded like that. It has the raspberry.
Oh my. We had lunch on the ship, and now Scott and I are heading back out to just explore the town on our own. A lot of people booked a excursion for this afternoon, so I don't think there'll be too many of us in the city. It's so windy by the Rhone River. Hopefully the audio is not terrible. We have about 4 hours to explore because we have to be back on the ship at 5:45, and that's when we're casting off for Avignon again, which is strange. Aside from the wind, one thing to note about this specific Viking cruise is if you come in the summertime, I think it was the summer, they have a lot of mosquitoes. Sometimes it's so bad, they said a couple years ago they had to shut down like yeah, they shut down, well, it was summertime I thought though, so, but she said they shut down schools, they shut down businesses, they canceled sporting events. So if you don't like mosquitoes, definitely Google that and plan around it, because I don't think I would have been able to handle that. It's such a thing that they even have t-shirts that say in French like, I got bitten in Arles. Yeah. If anyone is wondering if they should do this tour while they're pregnant, just keep in mind this is kind of what the streets are like. A little bit of incline, some unevenness. I have about 8,200 steps for the day so far. But this support belt has been very helpful. So I'm still feeling good, but if I had any sort of back pain beforehand, this would not be pleasant. That's the outside of the church that we went into earlier on our tour break. And now this is the town hall. We're gonna go inside, and I think we'll pay €5 to go underground to the crypts.
Crypts slash the Roman aqueducts or whatever that they built in order to raise the city streets.
Well, it turned out to be free entrance for some reason. So we're going down. It's nice and cool down here, which is nice.
What do you see?
We're going down even further now. It's a little scary. Oh my god, it's dark. It's way brighter on the camera than it is in person. Like, this whole wall looks lit up, but it's not. It's very faint. It's kind of creepy down here. Makes me think of Hogwarts. And these are really tall ceilings. Like, I can't believe we're under the city. The reason that it's free today is because it's hard to tell, but there's a fence down there and there's a bunch of water. Like, it's all flooded out, so can't see the whole thing today. There's all these miscellaneous carvings of stone that are just on the side, like as if it's for storage or something. It's very cool, very ornate. We went down the stairs there, we came down, and then this is where it stopped. So we didn't get to go to this end. If only today was Tuesday, I think all of these shops would be open, but it's very quiet on the streets because everything is closed. I got non-alcoholic champagne for the toast.
It's all crew to you, but we do have 55 crew members. So that's a little bit too much, but for our hotel managers.
Daniela!
This is the classic menu that's available every evening. And then tonight's specialties. This sounds incredible. I'm gonna do the 3-onion soup, aka French onion, and then I'm thinking of doing the halibut because saffron sounds really, really good. Going into a lock.
Close the gates. If we look okay, you should put us in your video.
Wait, it's not focused. Hold on. What are your thoughts on the meal you're having?
Oh, it's amazing. He has the pancetta soup, and I have the buffalo caprese mozzarella.
Delish. And we're slowly going up, right? Very slowly.
Oh, what a big try.
That's the halibut, and the Mediterranean chicken, and a steak.
Red velvet sponge cake or something? I don't know.
It's the red wine cake.
This is banana and the classic creme brulee.
No, it's not classic. You got vanilla.
Fully stay close, okay?
We're in the Pope Palace. Palace de las Poppies or something. It's really bad pronunciation. Oh. Okay.
Le jardin, je les prends. C'est le jardin, monsieur, madame. Non, c'est pas.
Old palace, which is the darkest part, and the new palace, the 2 weeks that were added by the Pope Clement VI. And this morning we came through this gate here for the checking of the bags, and then it's the two towers. We walked through the main courtyard when we have today the stage and the rose crosses, and we were in the cloister. Now we are in this part of the palace in the ground floor.
Wow. Upside down boat, they said. This was the dining hall.
Whoa, yeah, okay.
As well, vegetables like cabbages or spinach, everything coming from America didn't exist yet. Christopher Columbus hadn't discovered America. No potatoes, no green beans, no. Here we have oak leaves. Yeah, you see the bird at the top. And on the yellow lanes, yeah, the squirrels as well. And here another example of birds. This one may be easier to find when we're going to be into the bedroom. So different kind of birds, even birds of the night. But this one I warn you is well hidden.
Our tour guide said they don't have any religious ceremonies in here anymore. They have wine tastings. So that's what all this is from, a wine festival. This is St. Peter's Church. And we're in St. Peter's Square. Every Tuesday and Thursday, they have this antique/flea market in the market square if the weather's nice. So a lot of people are out here selling stuff. This is the outside of the indoor market that we're about to go into on the ground floor. They're only open in the mornings till like 1 o'clock, so we have to do this now and not later. But this is a real live green wall that is blocking a car park behind just for aesthetics. It's very nice. It smells like meat in here. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. This is nothing but spices, and the smell is incredible. And it's really pretty.
Spice market. Hello.
The smell is strong. Here's today's lunch menu. Here's today's Scott. Very backlit. What do you got here?
Some sort of quinoa salad.
Quinoa. We finished our walking tour, our morning walking tour, and now after lunch, Scott and I are just gonna go and explore the city, so we don't have anything else booked.
How are your feetsies?
I'm feeling it a little more in my feet and legs and hips today than I was yesterday. I just feel sore, so I'm gonna take it a little easy this afternoon.
My gluteus maximus are sore. Here, you want me to go like that?
Wow.
Like a gooseberry. It's almost like a gooseberry, yes.
Well, we can...
This is the pregnancy fit of the day. Got on like a romper with a long sleeve and my belt for supporting her just when we're about to go out for walks. And it's in the 60s right now, so I'm not going to bring my jacket. This should be sufficient. It's very hot. And you're fit for the day?
I don't know about that, but we'll see what I make out and do.
You look lovely.
We're going to attempt to run 3 miles around the outside of a wall or on top of a wall.
We got some pastries. This croissant is so light and fluffy and amazing. And then we got drinks, like that's a matcha lavender latte, and that is this bananas smoothie. We're walking around the streets of Avignon and we're on our way to the historic museum because it's free and it's on the way to the boat and we have time to kill. So we're gonna check that out. And I'm getting a lot of stares from the size of my belly. And I have not seen a single other pregnant person on this trip so far, so that's a little...
A lot of eyes darting to look.
It's a little self-conscious-y, I don't know. But I think I have over 10,000 steps so far for today, and I'm doing okay. So
Yeah.
I think I got another 2,000 in me before I gotta stop.
I'm at 13,000 because I ran to one end of the city thinking that was the entrance to the top of the wall. Find out that it was at the other end of the city near the Pont du Gard or Pont du Avignon or whatever. It's that bridge of, and ran all the way up to the other end only to find, nope, it's all closed right now except for the bridge. Your favorite version of bugs?
Yeah, where they aren't creepy crawly.
They're not moving.
Yeah.
You know they can't move.
Wow.
They're beautiful.
This is definitely a collection.
Yeah, I would love to do this. My dad did this for a little bit with some bugs.
Those are the city walls for Avignon, and then right across this highway is where the Viking docks. So every morning we would get up and cross the street and go into town. Oh my. Wow. Oh my goodness. There's Scott's plate. This is what I got. I'm gonna try the duck, which is here. Some mushroom salad, fish, potatoes, bread. And then I grabbed a couple desserts. We got like lemon, meringue, chocolate, I don't know, hazelnut, and then pistachio cream.
That's floating around, all right. Big marshmallow.
Sorry, I'll read it a second time. Alright, so that's all you have to know. Are we ready now? 7 dwarfs.
Dopey.
Sleep sleepy.
Sneezy.
Oh yeah,
Hold on. Stop.
sneezy.
Grumpy.
Sneaky.
Grumpy.
Z. Grumpy. 1, 2,
Duck.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh.
Good. If my clicker is working, maybe we'll see. There you go. This one. Please give me the country of this flag.
It's not Poland.
These are our final guesses before we hand in the sheet.
What is the